G'day, Shah here once again. You may be wondering, am I in the Bahamas? No, I'm not. This week, once again, we're asking the question, go or no go. And we're down here at Toorbul. We're going to take a look at the area here and what's on offer for you in terms of recreation. So let's go take a look at the place. Toorbul is around about 1 hour north of Brisbane. Nestled on the beautiful Pumice-Stone Passage, it's a fantastic place to visit, and it's the least visited of the two sites between Toorbul and Donnybrook. Got a great boat ramp here, and as you can see, it's just a beautiful, beautiful area here. Water's flat as a tack. There's a couple of different creeks and little rivers that you can actually get access to from here, which is fantastic. So if you were here kayaking and wanted to take a journey to a few other little places, you can do so as well. You can actually just head off around the corner and you're not too far away from Bribie as well. So it's a great little place to come and check out. I've actually been here quite a few times before and not a lot of people get down here. It's just a little bit out of the way, but that's one of the great things about the place. It's really, really hidden away, and for such a beautiful area, that's great. It's a really nice little drive down here as well, and really, really chill place to come and check out. So around about 20 metres up from the main boat ramp, which is just down to my left here, there's actually another trailer only boat ramp as well. So there's two boat ramps that are available. This is along the main esplanade here. It's a fantastic walk along this esplanade as well. It's really nice and quiet, and you're really, really close to the water. And as you could see before when we were taking a look at the water, the conditions here are just fantastic. It's a beautiful place to come just for the day, even if you wanted to just come here and check out the park. There's a beach volleyball court here as well, so there's plenty to do in the area. It's a nice little place. The river walk here is just brilliant. You've got tons of seating around you. There's a barbecue here as well. I'm up the far end, further away from the boat ramp, and there's these little beaches here, which is just fantastic. You can just come and sit on the water on a little sandy beach with flat as a tack water and just walk straight into the water. Just brilliant. If you wanted to come here during summertime and have a swim, it would be just amazing. As I mentioned before, I've been here quite a few times, so I know the place quite well, but of all the years that I've been coming here, there's really not that many people here, even in this busy time during summer. So it's a beautiful place to come and check out. The access to the water here is just amazing. It's great that you've got the park and you can just walk straight down into the water, straight into the passage. And as you can see, flat as a tack, crystal clear and beautiful. If you're coming here for boating or kayaking, there's tons of different options for where you can actually set off. As you'll see from your map here, we're actually in an inlet, so it's really well protected. I'm about, I don't know, 10 metres away from the car park here, so you could even launch here if you wanted to with your kayak. But the boat ramp is around about 100-200 metres down the road from me here. And as we saw earlier, there's actually two boat ramps. You've got tons of seating that's just overlooking the water here, which is just beautiful. There's plenty of car parking along the road as well, and just gorgeous to be here, it really is. And as you can see, conditions are perfect. Let's go take a bit more of a look around. Up the end of the esplanade, furthest away from the boat ramp where we were earlier, there's a beautiful area here which has got beautiful old paperbark trees, which also has those little beaches that we were taking a look at just a moment ago. Pretty well set out place here, I've got to say. Barbecues, tables, covered areas here. There's some kids play equipment here as well, so that's fantastic. It'd be a great place to come and hang out with the family. Tons of trees, so it's really well shaded. If you were here in summertime, it'd be nice and cool. Just in front of me here is where all the trees are, and there's a lot of seats that are in there as well. And there's bathrooms here behind me as well. This is up the end where the Toorbul Community Hall is. Alright, well that's going to wrap things up for us here this week down here at Toorbul. Let me know what you think of the place in the comments down below. Is it a go or is it a no-go? Also, don't forget to like, subscribe and most importantly share the channel. I really do appreciate that. And we'll see you next time we get 4 wheels on the road. G'day, Shah here once again with 4 wheels on the road, helping you get the most out of your time away. Today we're down here at Kholo Bridge. We're going to take a look at the kayak access here to the Brisbane River, going up towards Ivanhoe or further down the river. So let's go take a look. Kholo crossing over the Brisbane River is around about 40 minutes west of Brisbane. You've got a couple of different options for heading out there. You can head along the highway through Redbank and North Tivoli and then out to Kholo Bridge that way, or you can head via Kenmore, Pinjarra Hills, Mount Crosby for the scenic route. So as you can see here, you're pretty close to the water when you park and you've got pretty reasonable access down to the river. So let's go take a look at it. In terms of kayaking options that you have available from here, you've got a couple of different options for northward journeys. If you're looking at from Kholo crossing here up to Burton's Bridge, that's actually a 20-kilometre stretch. You can stop at a couple of places along the way. You've got the Sapling Pocket Nature Refuge, which is around about 12 kilometres from Kholo crossing, and then it's a further 7 or 8 kilometres approximately up to Burton's Bridge. So it's a fairly long paddle northward, but you've got plenty of options for different legs that you can do if you want to break down the journey into smaller parts. You can actually then head northward from Burton's Bridge up towards Twin Bridges, and that's a further 17 kilometres. We've actually visited Twin Bridges and Savages Crossing previously on the channel. If you'd like to take a look at that video, I'll put a link for you in the top right hand side of your screen. And further from there, you've got the option of heading from Twin Bridges all the way up to Spillway Common at Ivanhoe, which is around about 15 kilometres. In terms of heading southbound, you can head from Kholo crossing down towards the Mount Crosby Weir, which is around about 9 kilometres, but access further down from Mount Crosby is limited, so you're probably better to head to Colleges Crossing and head northward from there. We've actually taken a look at Colleges Crossing in a previous journey here on the channel. If you'd like to take a look at that video, I'll put a link for you in the top right hand side of your screen. And then from Colleges Crossing heading southbound again, you've got plenty of other different options heading down towards Redbank and River Hills from there as well. So you've got endless opportunities for heading northbound and southbound with plenty of stops along the way. Mostly they're around about 10-kilometre stops, so for a fairly seasoned kayaker it's probably pretty standard, but for newer kayakers and novices it may not be so much. But in terms of general skills that are required, you actually are pretty much okay just to go for a recreational paddle at any of the stops along the Brisbane River, as it doesn't flow particularly fast. There are a few places where it flows quite fast further down the river, but you're pretty much okay in terms of the speed of the river from the Mount Crosby Weir upwards on the Brisbane River. Having not been here myself in the past, I can only guess, but it looks like this place previously was pretty well organised and you could possibly drive all the way down to the river here. It might have actually been damaged with the flood. While you don't have a boat ramp or anything like that here, you've got a pretty good area here. You've got a graded out area, as you'll see. There's a little bit of room here to park, and you've only got probably a 5-10 metre walk down to the water, so it's pretty easy access to the water here. As you can hear and see here, there's actually quite an interesting mix of things to take in. You've got tons and tons of birds that you can hear in the background here, but you can also hear the sound of far off traffic on the freeway there. So there's nothing here at all in the way of facilities. It's probably only really a drop-off point or a pick-up point. It's pretty nice here. While we're at it as well, if you could drop a like with the little thumb below, I really do appreciate that. It helps the channel to progress. As I mentioned very recently when we were down at Lowood, you'll see here behind me the river's a little bit damaged at the moment from the floods, unfortunately. So the scenery here isn't as perfect as it usually would be, but it's still quite a nice area to come for a paddle if you're interested in doing so. You'll see here there's, birds fishing behind me here, and you can still hear loads of birds off in the distance here and at the river's edge. So it's still a really nice paddle if you're interested in coming to take a look at it. Alright, well that's going to be it from us down here at Kholo Crossing today. We just wanted to take a look at the access to the water and the potential that this particular launch point has for journeys up and down the river. What do you think of the place? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and most importantly, share the channel. I really do appreciate that. We'll see you next time we get 4 wheels on the road. G'day, Shah here once again with 4 Wheels on the Road, helping you get the most out of your time away. Today, once again, we're asking the question, go or no go? We're out here at the lovely Lake Manchester. We're going to take a look at the facilities that are on offer here, as well as the 17-kilometre loop which goes around the lake. It's a horse riding, walking and mountain biking trail. So let's go take a look. Lake Manchester is about 50 minutes west of Brisbane. There's a couple of different options for heading out there. You can head out west of Brisbane along Moggle Road, or you can take the Ipswich motorway and cut in through Kholo. It's a pretty easy place to find. One thing I will say though is that the last couple of kilometres of the road are actually a dirt road, but it's in very good condition and you can get there in a 2-wheel drive quite easily. Alright, let's go take a look at the place. As you can see here, there's a full map which lets you know about all the trails that are available here. What we're coming to look at today is the mountain biking trails, but also the kayaking accessibility here as well. So we just wanted to take a bit of an overall look at the place, and you've got plenty of information here that's available for you, so you know what's going on when you arrive, which is great. There are also trail links that run north from here up towards Mount Nebo, and there's also a host of bush camps that are available all the way up right towards Wivenhoe Outlook. On the side here as well, there's also kayak access, but it's a little bit further around the corner, and we're going to be taking a look at that later. There's plenty to do here on site and plenty to do in the area, so I think it's a site everyone will enjoy. As you can see here, you've got this old pumping equipment which is on site here, and there's plenty of little information things letting you know about when they were first used and what they were used for as well, which is pretty cool. You'll see here as well, there's a huge park here, really well looked after. You've got just over to my left here a covered area with some picnic tables in it as well. You've got plenty of room here. You can, you know, kick footy, play a game of cricket here. There's tons of space. As you can see here, there's a bathroom block on site as well, which is really handy. There's just the one area here which has got covered tables, which you'll see here just to my right, and also a barbecue here. So this is the area just behind the covered area and the barbecue area, and as you'll see, it goes for about 100 metres down below me, and you've got the same up the hill. It's about 100-200 metres up to the house there, so massive area for running around and playing in. Kids will love it here. Not only have you got all of this park space as well, but you've also got the trail rides that are available if you're here to mountain bike. You've also got the trails for hiking as well, and also horse riding trails. So there's plenty on offer here on the site. Overall, pretty well appointed site. Right, well, now that we've taken a bit of a look around site, I think it's time for us to go hit the trail. The main track is the one we're going to take a look at today. It's the 17-kilometre loop which goes around the lake, and you've also got some other tracks which spread off from here, which are mountain biking tracks, horse riding tracks, and also hiking tracks. And as you can see from your other maps here that I'll put on for you, you can access a ton of other areas from here as well. Right, let's go take a look at the rest of the trail. As you might be able to see just behind me here, the dam wall itself is around about maybe a kilometre in, I'd say, from the entry point. And you can see a little bit of it from the walking trail, but not a lot of it. Makes for a thing to stop in and have a look at along the way. Much like the trail around Enoggera, a lot of this trail is around and very close to the lake, so you've got to, you can see the water as you're riding along, which is good, or walking along, or horse riding along. So it's a really nice trail. The trail and the path, as you'll see, it's all graded, so it's not hard to get along at all. It's only the first little bit that's sort of all rocky and a little bit annoying, but that only goes for a few hundred metres, so it's a beautiful, beautiful trail. As you'll see here from the map, the kayak entry point is actually at a different section to the main day use area. It's a little bit further up the road. I'll put the map on screen for you now. Basically, it's an access point on Lake Manchester Road before you get to the main day use area. The access is 650 metres away from the car park, so it's a hell of a long walk. So if you do have a kayak, it's probably best that you bring a trolley for it so that you can get access down to the water. It's probably not really recommended in terms of an easy access place if you wanted to kayak, but if you really desperately wanted to come for a kayak here, you can do so. Just bear in mind that you are at a separate access area, which is before the day use area along Lake Manchester Road. All right, well, that's it from us out here at Lake Manchester today. Let me know what you think of the place in the comments down below. Is it a go or is it a no-go? Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and most importantly, share the channel. I really do appreciate that. We'll see you next time we get four wheels on the road. G'day, Shah here once again with Four Wheels on the Road, helping you get the most out of your time away. This trip away, we're asking the question once again, go or no go? We're here at Victoria Hill Bush Camp on the beautiful Condamine River. We're going to take a look at what this site has to offer. So let's go take a look. The site itself is around about 2 hours and 20 minutes west of Brisbane. There's a couple of different options you have for getting there. You can head up to Toorbul and down from there, where it's about 40 minutes away. Or you can head through Gatton and head through the Clifton area off the New England Highway, which is the way that we're going today. If you haven't taken this drive before, it's one I definitely recommend. It's a really fantastic drive. You've got lots of long winding roads and you've got a ton of different scenery along the way. You're going through scrub, forest and farmlands on big plains as well. Beautiful drive. The site itself is just a short drive in from the access road. I imagine it would be very, very quiet. Start things off this week, I definitely must say to begin with, it's very, very wet up here at the moment. But when it isn't wet, this site would be absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, with all the rain that Queensland's been suffering through for the last month and a half, everywhere near a river has been absolutely waterlogged and drenched, and this is no exception. Condamine River has overflowed in a lot of places and it's made a lot of places wet. However, free bush camps like this, few and far between, and it's a fantastic little site. You will need to be self-sufficient to be here though, but it's a great little area and fantastic frontage onto the water. The site itself isn't huge. You've probably only got room for about maybe 20-30 cars here. A place like this probably wouldn't be that much visited really because there's no facilities here. I like to try and present things that are a little bit different from time to time. For example, places like this, even though they don't have facilities, a lot of people are self-contained and they're looking for really quiet places to come and check out, and a place like this would be just amazing. All right, let's take a bit more of a look around the water. As you can see here, if it was a bit drier, you'd be able to camp right on the water and you can basically walk straight down into the Condamine River. Fantastic. For a free campsite, brilliant. There aren't any facilities on site like bins or picnic tables like other free campsites in the area, but the one thing that this site does have above and beyond any of the other sites is this fantastic water frontage. You're right on the river and you can basically walk straight from the back of your campsite straight into the Condamine River, which is amazing. Alright, well that's it from us this week out here at Victoria Hill Bush Camp. Let me know what you think of the place in the comments down below. Is it a go or is it a no-go? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and most importantly share the channel. I really do appreciate it. Every little bit helps. Thanks for watching once again, and we'll see you next time we get Four Wheels on the Road. G'day, Shah here once again with Four Wheels on the Road, helping you get the most out of your time away. This week, we're asking the question once again, go or no go? Today we're out here at Gold Creek Reservoir. We're going to take a look at the trail that goes around the reservoir here. For this trail, you've got access for mountain biking, walking, horse riding, it's got it all. So let's go take a look. Gold Creek Reservoir is around about half an hour west of Brisbane. It's pretty easy to find your way out here and it's a really nice drive to get out here as well. It's a great little drive out here through Brookfield and there are plenty of other parks out in the area and nature reserves as well. For those of you who are interested, if you're cyclists, you can also enjoy in this area what's called the Fingers, which is 3 separate rides which split off from Brookfield and go out into the hills, which are fantastic rides and they're actually pretty nice drives as well. The reservoir itself and the walking trails are only a couple of 100 metres from the car park. There's not a ton of car parking here in the area, but it's not really a place that actually gets too busy, so it's pretty easy to find a park here, and it's a great little area. Most of the sites that are organised by SEQ Water have information signs. So you can see here, you've got a bit of a detailed view of the day use area and what's available here for you. As you'll see here on the map, there's not really a lot in terms of facilities on the site. There is a bathroom on site, which is handy, but the day use area here that you'll see doesn't really have much in terms of anything like kids play areas or anything like that. There is one picnic table here, which is just in front of me, right next to the toilets here, which is just to the left-hand side of the dam wall. But other than that, there's not really a lot. But it's a very nice area just to come and chill out, and the trail here is fantastic. All right, let's go take a look at the trails. The walking trail around the dam itself is only 4.5 kilometres. It is steep in some places, so make sure you take some rest and a water bottle with you, as it is a moderately difficult trail. From Gold Creek, you can walk or ride the trails to Lake Manchester, to Enoggera Reservoir, or you can venture further into the adjacent national parks or onto Brisbane City Council trails. While we're at it as well, if you could drop a like with the little thumb below, I really do appreciate that. It helps the channel to progress. Gold Creek Dam is located in Upper Brookfield in Brisbane's western suburbs. The dam was constructed in 1885 to supplement Enoggera and is the world's first unreinforced concrete stepped spillway. It's fascinating to check out this structure actually while you're here. It was the first of its kind when it was built, so really cool. And it's great that you can just come in here and have a look. I was chatting to the maintenance guys who were here today as well, and they said no dramas, having a quick peep in here, so decided to come and have a look at it up close. Pretty cool area here, great trail, goes all the way around the place. And it's a nice trail as well if you wanted to come and walk it or come for a mountain bike around it. As I mentioned earlier, there's actually tons and tons of trails that run from here all the way over to the back of Mount Cootha, and 100 other trails that go to millions of other places. So it's a pretty central area, and it's an area that not a lot of people have heard of as well, which is actually really cool. right, well, that's going to wrap things up for us here over at Gold Creek Reservoir today. Let me know what you think of the place in the comments down below. Is it a go or is it a no-go? Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and most importantly, share the channel. I really do appreciate that. And we'll see you next time we get 4 wheels on the road.